slowly, I began deteriorating.
There's a story, some choose to believe, about a man and a woman who lived in absolute perfection. Not an evil thought to be heard of. There was one rule, and one rule only. Anything you desire is yours, with the exception of fruit from this tree.
I do wonder why our desires are limited to everything beside this tree.
We must not question.
We must question.
Leave it be. We are in paradise. We're perfect. We can do no wrong.
And what kind of life do we lead if we can do no wrong? Why are we here if we can do no wrong? Why do we deserve this?
We deserve this because we didn't eat from the tree.
I shall not eat from this tree.
Hate, greed, envy, lie, judge, conform. Hate, greed, envy, lie, judge, conform. Hate, greed, envy, lie, judge, conform. Eat. 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 Eat!
In 1974, to test the limit between the audience and the performer, Marina Abramović assigned herself a passive role, developing one of her most challenging characters yet. Placing 74 objects on a table, she invited the audience to reuse these objects any way they could within a 6-hour time period. Among them, honey arose a scalpel, whip, a gun, and a single bullet. Although the audience acted with caution at the beginning, they began to act more aggressively as time progressed. Some only gave her pleasure, while others were purely there to inflict pain. After the experiment, Marina described her experience as, I felt really violated. People cut up my shirt, they poked thorns in my stomach. A person held a gun to my head and the other took it away. What I learned is that if you give the audience a chance, they can kill you.
What would
What would I do?
Excuse me, ma'am, are you okay? Is she real? Of course she's real, she's right there.
She could be a fake, some kind of wax figure.
But she's blinking and breathing.
Do you think she's okay?
Maybe we should go get some help. I agree, it would be cruel to leave her without help.
It's nothing. She's fine. Just forget about her.
What? We can't just forget about it. She might need help.
She's been here the whole time. We just got here. She's probably supposed to act like this or something.
I was here first. Something's changed. Something's not right.
I was here second. Nothing's changed.
Just stop talking about her.
Why?
Because enough is enough. She isn't important.
I'm sorry, and you are?
At least I talk.
Well, then let's talk about you. Who are you?
Well, my name is...
I didn't ask for your name. Who are you?
How am I supposed to answer that?
Who are you?
Yeah, I'm not doing this.
So what do you think is going to happen in the experiment?
Personally, I don't care as long as I get my $100.
Is money important?
Isn't it important to everybody?
I suppose that's the problem.
I take off my clothes and dance every night.
Do you like doing it?
No,
Then why do you do it?
I need the money.
I advertise cigarettes.
Why?
I need the money.
Cigarettes kill.
I know that.
Then why do you do it?
I need the money.
I produce weapons for the military.
Weapons kill people.
I know that.
Then why do you do it?
I need the money.
Well, personally, I can think of numerous occasions where I've helped advance society.
It better be a heck of an advancement. $100 isn't even that much money. So what kind of things have you done to help society?
Well,
Wait, if you're not here to help advance society and you think it's enough money, then why are you here?
You got a pregnant girlfriend at home. Every dollar counts, man.
A pregnant girlfriend?
Yeah, you got a problem with that?
Oh, no, sorry. I didn't mean to offend you.
do you love her? Sorry, I know that's personal.
I don't know.
Are you gonna marry her?
Probably not.
Oh, well, I married once to this guy named Tom. We were in Paris, and he introduced me to all of his friends, and they were models. And then they invited me to come on their fashion show, but I had to say no, and then, I mean, it kind of just ended there.
I hate models. All they care about is themselves and their looks. They'll starve themselves, and they'll have plastic surgery done. I just hate them.
I agree. How much longer is this going to take?
Hello, and welcome to the experiment. Today, we'll be testing the lengths of which the human body can withstand pain. You may have noticed the lady seated in our center. She will be our test subject. On the table behind you, you may have also noticed a multitude of tools. We are to use these tools against our test subject. Does everyone understand?
I don't think I do. What do you mean against our test subject?
Well, seeing how our aim is to test how much pain the human body can suffer, we are to use these tools in any number of ways to, in more graphic terms, harm our test subject.
I don't think I can do that.
I can't do that. It's too unethical.
I agree.
Yeah, I think we can all agree that we're not going to be taking part in this experiment.
Well, the experiment requires you to do so. You all agreed to do this, and you all showed up here today. Please note that there will be no consequences for the actions that take place during the experiment.
Yeah, but that doesn't make it morally right.
My dear, it's in the interests of science.
I'm still not sure I can do this. I always do the right thing.
Well, as I previously stated, the experiment requires you to do so. I'll be in the next room observing you. Please follow instructions.
So, what do you guys think?
We have to do as he says.
What? How can we be discussing this? Even if it is for the benefit of science, we cannot hurt this woman.
We owe it to ourselves and our society for the advancement of science. We could become famous.
Famous? You didn't think so?
We would be writing history.
I agree. I'm still not sure about this. I mean, as I said, I always do the right thing.
I don't believe it's right. We can't hurt this woman.
I don't understand. On one hand, the researcher knows what he's doing, and he seems talented enough. On the other hand, we're all creatures of God.
So what? We just talk about religion, like we should all base our lives off it or something. We owe it to ourselves to educate ourselves. It would be sinful not to do our fair share of the teaching. Don't you agree?
So, is it settled then? Are we doing this?
Of course. The only question is, who's going to begin?
In 1963, psychologist Stanley Milgram conducted an experiment to test the willingness of participants to obey an authoritative figure who instructed them to perform acts which conflicted with their personal conscience. You have been assigned the role of teacher. Your job is similar. You are to ask the subject questions. Each time they answer one wrong, you are to give them a shock, beginning with 15 volts, and getting higher as they make mistakes. What the participant does not know is that the test subject never really receives the shocks, but instead, when the shock button is pressed, a pre-recorded audio is played.
That was wrong. Here comes the shock. That seemed to hurt. Are they okay?
The experiment requires you.
After 3 questions were answered incorrectly.
That was wrong again. I'm gonna have to shock you again. This is 45 volts. Are you sure they're gonna be okay?
Please continue. The experiment requires you to do so.
I don't know if I want to do this.
Don't you worry. Any blame will lie with me.
Okay. Here comes the shock. Is he dead?
Please continue.
Okay. Here comes the next question.
I'm sorry, I can't take part in this, but I won't judge any of you that do.
Oh, no, I will. I mean, this is wrong, and it's inhumane.
Inhumane? As if humans haven't hurt each other before. I think it's more intact with our human nature to hurt her than not.
What if we kill her? What if we abuse her so much that one cannot take anymore and just gives up? Thou shalt not kill. That is one rule that should describe human nature.
Honor thy father and mother.
But we don't.
Thou shalt not kill.
But we do.
Thou shalt not commit adultery.
But we do.
Thou shalt not steal.
But we do.
Thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor.
But we do.
Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife.
But we do.
So where did we go wrong?
Listen up. In that book of yours, does anyone die?
What do you mean?
Are there any figures, religious figures, who depict themselves as holy, who take part in any kind of war?
Well, of course. But that's war. It's different. My dad's in the war, but he's there out there killing the enemy. Here in Linehan, we're meant to hurt some innocent woman.
I'm sure your father has a personal vendetta against each and every person he kills in the name of his holy book.
Well, of course.
They? Who are they? By they, do you mean the soldiers who simply fight for their homeland? A they who fight against another they, who have dehumanized them and categorized them as enemies? What is war? What is war? Except a license given to you by the government to kill. That's what I thought. Exactly. War is accepted everywhere, glorified even, especially in that book of yours, which you say should dictate human behavior.
I agree with you.
You know, it's strange when I think about the sun and the moon. Complete opposites, yet they still manage to coexist peacefully. The moon rests throughout the day while the sun shines, and then the sun gives the moon time in the sky as well as part of its light. Now, God created the sun and the moon, and God also created us. God gave the sun and the moon the peace to coexist in the sky. Why didn't he give that peace and patience to us? Well, maybe he did, but we just choose to drown it with our own pride and selfishness. Maybe God did give us the peace to coexist peacefully, like the sun and the moon, but we choose to ignore it. And because of that, we blame him.
I had a grandfather in the beginning. Well, I did. He once said something to me, something I'll never forget. He said that murderers, ones with the smallest sense of compassion left, say that the hardest part of murder is seeing the light leave someone's eyes and knowing you're the one responsible for taking it. He was never close enough to experience that. All he knew was when he heard the bang of a gun, he saw a figure jolt back and fall to the floor. He didn't know his name, his age, whether he was a father, brother, or son. All he knew was one more dead, one less reason why he was there. He hated them less for the reason of the war, and more for the fact that they were the reason he was there.
Glad you agree, Princess.
Only about the war part. I still don't think we should hurt her.
Neither do I. I don't believe it's morally right to let this go.
Just horrible.
Oh man, I still say we do it. I mean, come on, it's for the advancement of science, right? We should do something. Anything.
Well, I do need that $100. Maybe I should just go ahead.
I'll do it if you do it.
Well, that's great of you.
She's not the only brave one. I'm 10 times as brave. I'll do it too.
How we're getting somewhere.
You're a coward. You know that? You're so set to carry out this experiment. You're too cowardice to be the first one to go.
I'm a coward. A coward. No. The only reason not a single one of you have taken my advice here and started ripping the flesh off this woman is because you're all afraid. That's right. You're all afraid. I'm not the coward here. We're all cowards.
It's no cowardice if your moral code is telling you to do it right.
All right, I had enough of this.
Do it.
You need the money.
If this is the world, if this is the world you want your child to grow into, don't do this.
Come on, she's prettier than you! They're giving her too much attention, do it!
Don't do it!
Nobody's gonna judge you. God put you in this position. He wants you to do it.
Don't do it!
Come on, stop wearing that mask. You're not a good person. Stop lying to yourself and do it!
Don't do it!
Do it! No!
What have you done?
What have you done?
How could you just stand there while she died?
You just watched this girl die.
What
Why didn't you
has
do anything?
happened? Why didn't you help her?
She just died in front of you.
Ah, well, it seems the human body cannot withstand the amount of pain we thought it could. Don't you worry. No blame will lie with you. Now, if I could just give you names and we can all be on our way.
Conscience.
Judgment.
Envy.
Greed.
Liar. Conformity. Hope.
Lucifer.
Okay, great. Wait, where did humanity go?
Where did who go?
Humanity. That was